I have such an obsession with gel pens. Welcome back to today's video. Is that crooked? I don't even. So initially I was gonna wear my glasses even though I'm nearsighted, but I don't know, I'm just not feeling them. I'm also sweating because I went downstairs to get a coffee. So good. So back to school is around the corner, and that usually means that people are getting organized, but the amount of back to school like organization videos I've seen has been chaotic, and so I don't know why I'm deciding to enter this little like arena of organization videos, because there's a lot. It either means that you guys are really unorganized or YouTubers are just really organized. One of the above. But so I, little secret about me, am an organization freak. In fact, actually, I love lists a little too much. Honestly, like, I just see a blank piece of paper and I'm like, a list. Yeah, it's just like kind of a weird quirk of mine. And another weird quirk of mine is I love back to school, specifically back to school videos, which is why I made a few of those already. But I start classes in T-minus 2 days, and I'm very unorganized at the moment, as are we all. And so I decided to do this little video and help you guys out, show you guys generally how I'm gonna try and get my life back on track. So let us get started, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you are also a back to school freak. So the first tip I'm going to give you is just clean your desk and your room, just to have like peace of mind. Just like make sure everything is organized and in its place and clean, like out of the way, because you're not going to be able to think clearly if your desk is literally a disaster. So, but anyways, let's get into the fun part of this. Oh, I gotta clean these. Ooh. You see this? This is my holy grail, quite literally. If you don't know what this is, if you've never seen this, I suggest investing in one. And a cute one, because like, I don't know, it's more fun when they're cute. So before I start to go through all my class syllabuses, because most of them have already been posted, and before I start like writing those dates down, I am just gonna read through like what professors have sent me so far. So once I find my syllabuses, which are deeply hidden inside of Canvas, I'm literally just gonna start going through them and looking at all the important dates and start writing those dates down, because let's face it, I'm not going to remember any of them if I don't write them down in like 5 different lists. So once I find all my dates, I'm going to take different colored pens and start color coordinating, because that's the fun part of all this. You gotta make it fun somehow. And then I'm just going in and writing like important dates based on class colors so that I don't forget. And I don't know, I'm just a visual person, so seeing the colors just helps me visualize like how much work I might have doing that one day. Like if I have 2 assignments from an easier class and 1 from a harder class that day, I don't know, it'll just like help me determine how much work I have to do, because. And then I'll do the same on my wall calendar, and I'll write basically all important dates, like big events. I won't write little things, like I'll keep little assignments for my planner, but I'll definitely write exams up there, any kind of holiday important event, like anything that's like super important and more of an event type thing, I will put on my wall calendar. Next, I am writing down the schedule of my classes this semester. For me personally, I have like asynchronous classes. I don't think I have any hybrid classes, but I do have almost entirely asynchronous classes, which basically means they're online but at a certain time, so it's kind of like worse than completely online. Actually, that's debatable, because like then you still have a routine, but I'm writing down my class schedule when those classes start. I have one class that is going to be in person because it's more of an immersion experience filming class, but I have not decided what day that's going to be yet. So I'm writing down what I know, creating a little time schedule for myself. So because classes are online, I'm going to be doing a Google Calendar setup. I've actually not used Google Calendar before, but everybody has been saying that it's really helpful just to like get notifications of when their Zoom classes are. So I'm going to be trying that out this semester and see how that goes. It's not that I don't like Google Calendar, I just like haven't used it, so I don't know how it works. So let's do this.
Okay, so once I have found my class schedule deep hidden inside my UF account, I'm going to Google Calendar, typing in like the class, what it's called, and then the time when it starts and ends on every day. And what's cool about Google Calendar is it'll let you make it weekly so that it'll just be for your entire semester. And then you can color coordinate it here too. So again, this is why everything is color coordinated. So I just know what class is where, and it just looks really nice. I'm just a big fan of this so far, because I don't know, just in your calendar, you see what you have going on for the day. And then because I color coordinated it, I know exactly when things are. And so, yeah. And then I'm also going into Google Keep, which is kind of like their note-taking app, I guess, software. And then the same thing here, I'm giving titles to my class and making little sticky notes almost so that I can write down things I have to do for each class. And then I'm color coordinating those as well with the same exact colors as my calendar and my pens and notebooks. Yeah. And then what's cool about Google Keep is that it'll be on the side of your Google Calendar. So here is like Google Keep, but then also here's the calendar on the right side of this. You're able to click and see all of the classes and things you have to do. So it's extremely organized and I love it.
So honestly, I've talked about this before, but like I don't use summer school supplies in college. I don't think anyone does, other than my laptop and literally one notebook. So I bought that one notebook and one folder. The folder, I'll literally just put any loose leaf paper I have. There's honestly no organization to that. I know that's like not what you want to hear, but I just throw in what doesn't have a place in there. But my notebook, I'm gonna go ahead and put little tabs for each of my classes just to separate it. I only got a 3-subject notebook, but that's because generally I don't use paper as much. I generally use my laptop more, but I do write out all my study guides, and so that's what I will put in my notebook. It helps me remember things when I write it down. So I'm organizing that based on my 5 classes. I'm only gonna have 4 tabs though, because that 5th class is the immersion experience that doesn't require a notebook.
All right, so I'm grabbing some sticky notes and my notebook, and then I'm just at the top, at the non-sticky part. This is where it's going to stick out of my notebook. I'm writing my course codes because they were a little bit shorter than the full title. So I'm just going to write that on the top for all of my classes. And yes, 3 of my classes start with the same course code. It's just advertising for you. Then I'm going to stick them at the top of each page, and I'm going to space them out in the different sections that I give them so that they're not right on top of each other. And then on the first page of each page, I'm going to make this cuter by giving it a title. And then the notes will start after this. For me, all my study guides are going to go in here. So after this first title page for each of my classes will be everything else. You can also, if you want, write your professor's name and their office hours on this front page, whatever you'd like to put on this front page that you need to remember.
So after I finish all of my tabs and I have that organized, I'm going to need to organize my laptop, which is something that I always avoid because my laptop is getting older, it's got a lot of files, and it's running out of space, so I really hate cleaning it out and dealing with it. But so the first thing that I'm going to do is clean up my desktop, and so I'm going to go through clean up anything that just doesn't have a space. I'm going to show you how to do these little icons on your folders in just a second, which looks super cute and super more professional. I don't know, but I have a little gator for UF, so go Gators. In my Gators folder, I'll have all of my classes, so this is where I'm going to be making separate folders for each class to organize anything that is saved in there, whether that's a Google Doc, or not a Google Doc, sorry, whether that's a Word doc or an Adobe file. I work a lot with digital stuff, so anything that like isn't notes will probably go in there, so any kind of Photoshop file or Premiere file or whatever that is. And then I'm just organizing the rest of my desktop because it's unorganized. Oh my god, I love it. All right, then I'm heading over to trusty Google. I'm going to my Drive, and in my Drive, I'm going to organize again what each of my classes is going to have its own folder. This is where I'm going to put my notes generally. So in general on Google Drive, I'll have like class notes that I type, and then anything saved on my desktop is usually an Adobe file or anything else that's downloaded, and then study guides I will write entirely in my notebook. So I'm just going through, I'm literally just organizing the files, and literally like, I don't know, it helps like clear my head to know that they're all in separate little files. I'm also going to color coordinate the files to use the same color I use with my pens for each class. So each class is going to get assigned a color. And I'm going to do the same thing in my Canvas because I can also assign a color to classes in Canvas. So each class is going to have its own color for the semester, and this just, I don't know, I like to do this, it's fun. keeps me organized. Another thing I do that I like recently started doing because it just looks more professional is assigning a custom email signature to all of my emails. It just makes it look so much more professional, not even just emailing professors, but like for me as a senior, I'm gonna be applying to jobs, and I don't know, it just is consistent with the brand I've already created for myself, and so to have a little email signature that's custom and cute is just fun. So I just went ahead and did this one. I just put my name, my school, my little logo thing that I have, and then my phone number for anyone to reach out to me. Next, I'm going through and cleaning out my phone, because if my phone is not clean, then nothing's clean, honestly. I mean, considering how much time I spend on my phone, like. So I went and color coordinated my phone because, like I said, I'm extra.
Haha, I lost the video files on here. Basically, I'm just going through my phone, deleting apps, and rearranging it to my liking.
And then I have like a random page where like anything that like doesn't have a specific color place will go in, and it'll be kind of random. There's still a method to the madness there, because I have like a travel folder, a college folder, one called Zoom In for any kind of like video chatting stuff. I'm also going through and making sure all my emails are read. I'm deleting notes in my phone, deleting some photos. This is hard for me because I literally have 100,000 photos in my phone. So this is just like a constant thing that I need to do. But nevertheless, I'm still doing that. But once my phone is cleaned, my laptop is clean, like all files are taken off there, and then my room is cleaned, I definitely feel ready to start a new semester, because it just feels like a reset. Same with my backpack. I'll go through my backpack, but I'm gonna do a separate video entirely for my backpack. So if you'd like to see that, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so I'm also gonna create a little collage thing. I've had the same background on my laptop forever, and as much as I honestly really like it, I just want something new. New semester is what we're all about. So I'm gonna go into Pinterest and like Unsplash and just find cute stock photos and make a little collage.
Okay, before we get to the collage part, I'm going to show you how to do those little icons that I keep on my desktop. So first, what you're going to do is go on Google, find basically your icons. You want them to be PNG files, usually not that big. It's kind of okay. You can kind of just play with this. We're going to be editing them in a second to make them have transparent backgrounds, and you really just need Preview to do this. So there's this little tool that I've selected here. I'm dragging on the background and just pressing delete, and it'll delete anything like that it's selected. I'm cropping it for the specific one, and then I'm going to copy, click get info on my file, click the top file in the top left, and press paste. And that's literally it. Like, you're literally just copy and pasting it on top of that get info file. And then these were the final icons that I did. And then I had this little dog down here that I just had him sitting on my little bar at the bottom. Then I'm going through Pinterest. I'm going to be looking for any kind of aesthetic photo that I really like. I'm just gathering a bunch of them and dragging them to my desktop once I've found a bunch that I like. So you can see me just dragging them to the corner here. I went through this for a while and just kind of picked out a bunch of my favorites. So you're going to see them all in a second. Then I'm going into Canvas, typing in the exact dimensions for the desktop as a custom design. This will pop up, and then you're going to go to Uploads and upload all of the photos that are now sitting on your desktop. And then you'll see them appear in the left, and then all I'm doing is just arranging them exactly how I like them. You can play around with it. This kind of took me a bit, so I fast forwarded to the end of this. I added my name, but I ended up taking my name out after a bit. I just didn't include that. Then you're exporting it as a PNG. This will go also to your desktop. And then you go to System Preferences, your desktop, and then you're dragging the photo right on top, and it'll just pop up, and you're all done. There's your nice, cute, custom collage. And I don't know, I just loved how this turned out.
I'm out of coffee. But that is generally it. Those are the big things that I do before every semester to make sure I'm ready to go. Once everything is cleaned out and like semi-organized, my mind just feels clear for the semester. So I really hope you guys try these tips as well, because I promise they'll definitely help. And seriously, invest in a planner if you don't already have one. I feel like a lot of people do, but some people just think that they can remember it in their head. For me, having a copy of my syllabus just isn't enough. I need to visualize it. I'm also a visual person, and so I really changed a lot of my study habits based on me being visual. So if you'd like to see a video on that, comment that down below, because I have a ton of tips and tricks. I used to fail my exams, but then I started implementing these new study habits and really started doing better in school. So if you want to see that, let me know. But that is it for today. I'll close with the glasses. All right, guys, I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.